Did you know there are nearly 1,200 people serving life sentences in the United States for crimes they committed during their childhood? The Supreme Court debated this issue for many years, and it was eventually ruled unconstitutional in 2010 to give children life sentences unless their crime was murder. However, the immediate release for those who were already behind bars was not demanded. Today, we take a look at 8 teenagers who will grow old in jail. Let's begin. Number 8. Dylan Schumaker. Dylan Schumaker is probably most famous for crying in the courtroom. The video ended up receiving thousands of views on YouTube. However, many don't know why he was in the courtroom. Let me tell you that Dylan was left to babysit his girlfriend's young child. By the end of that night, the child was found dead. Court documents revealed that Dylan fatally beat the baby when he wouldn't stop crying. Dylan was eventually arrested and convicted of the murder and child abuse charges. The teen killer was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison for his crime. In a tearful apology to his then 19-year-old girlfriend, Dylan said, "I never wanted to hurt Austin." Here, it is worth mentioning that Dylan lived with his mother, Ashley Smith, and 2 sons of Ashley. Neither of the sons was Dylan's. Dylan reportedly once said in a phone conversation with his mom, "I'm a 16-year-old blonde. Probably all I have to do is cry, and they're going to feel sorry for me." Number 7. Brian Lee Draper and Torey Michael Adamcik. It was September 22, 2006, when 2 16-year-old boys, Brian Lee Draper and Torey Adamcik, decided to kill their classmate named Casey Joe Stoddart. The 2 friends received mandatory sentences of life imprisonment without parole. Brian spent most of his childhood in Utah before moving to Pocatello in Idaho, where he met Torey. The 2 friends attended Pocatello High School. Cassie was house-sitting for her aunt and uncle on September 22nd on Whispering Cliffs Drive when her boyfriend, Matt Beckham, visited her. Later, Brian and Torey came over to the house to hang out. All of them were watching a movie. However, Brian and Torey left some time later. They said that they were going to a local theater. However, the 2 boys actually went home to collect weapons and returned to Cassie's home to kill her. After returning to Cassie's house, they waited for Matt to leave. When Matt left with his mom, the 2 boys attacked Cassie, stabbed her nearly 30 times, and killed her. Number 6. Nashville Killers. Now this case involves 5 teenagers who were aged 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 when they killed a 24-year-old country music singer named Kyle Yorlet in Nashville. Back in 2019, the singer was shot and killed in his West Nashville house. The kids who killed Kyle included 14-year-old Renaya McKnight, 15-year-old Diamond Lewis, 16-year-old Decorius Wright, and there is also a 12-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl involved in this case. According to the police, Yorlitz was murdered outside his home when the 5 kids charged took his wallet and shot him for refusing to give him his keys. It is worth noting that this singer was a member of a band called Caverton. The band said in a statement, "On February 7, 2019, we lost our brother, best friend, and bandmate Kyle Yorlitz. We are in a state of shock and are having to grasp the reality that is now in front of us. We are heartbroken. Our condolences for his family and loved ones and all the lives that he touched. We will never forget Kyle, and though he is gone too soon, his legacy is here to stay. We thank you for your support and will talk to you soon." The 5 teenagers were arrested at a Walmart, and police found a loaded 9mm pistol and a second loaded pistol. All of these children will probably serve their life in prison. Number 5. Erik and Lyle Menendez. These 2 brothers killed their own parents for their inheritance money. Erik and Lyle were convicted back in the year 1996 for killing Jose and Mary. They alleged that they killed their father in fear that he would kill them after the boys threatened to expose their father for years of sexual abuse. Although they claim that they suffered abuse, evidence suggests that the two brothers were just two spoiled psychos acting out. They have already spent most of their lives in prison and will probably spend the rest of their lives in jail as well. Number 4. Curtis Fairchild Jones. Now this is the story of Curtis, a child who actually grew old in jail. Let me tell you that this man is the youngest person in the U.S. to have been tried as an adult. He was convicted of second-degree murder in 1999, along with Catherine, who happens to be his sister. At that time, Curtis was 12 years old, while Catherine was 13 years old. Curtis and his sister killed their father's girlfriend and later planned to kill their own father as well as one other male relative. The two kids claimed that they were being sexually abused. Curtis was released from South Bay Correctional Facility on July 28, 2015. Now, Curtis is a Christian minister. When he was released from jail, he was 29 years old. Number 3. Joshua Phillips. This guy was just 14 years old when he committed an awful crime. Joshua killed his 8-year-old neighbor named Maddie Clifton. Born on March 17, 1984, Phillips committed the crime in November 1998. He said that he killed the girl to stop her from crying after he accidentally struck her with a baseball. Phillips says that they were playing and he wanted to avoid punishment from his abusive father. On November 3rd of that year, Maddie came to Joshua's house asking him to play baseball with her outside. Although Phillips wasn't allowed to have friends over while his parents weren't home, he still agreed. He accidentally hit her in the eye, which caused Maddie to bleed. Joshua panicked and dragged Maddie into his house. He hit the girl again with a baseball bat to stop her from screaming, and then put her under his bed. He later cut her throat and stabbed her in the chest 7 times with a knife. The girl's body was discovered by Joshua's mom on November 10th. He was tried as an adult and sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Number 2. Mina. This girl is a daughter of a serial killer, and you will be surprised to know that she didn't even commit any crime. Mina was born in prison. Her mother, Sharon Gull, is a convicted serial killer who is serving her life in prison. According to Afghan prison policy, she can keep her daughter with her until Mina turns 18. Mina has never been out and has never seen a TV set. Although Mina can leave prison after she turns 18, it would surely be hard for her to deal with the outside world after dealing with that kind of mom and a lifetime in prison. Number 1. Bobby Bostic. This man is a convicted felon serving a sentence of 241 years in Missouri. It was December 12, 1995, when Bobby, along with Donald Hudson, robbed a group of people in Missouri at gunpoint. At that time, Bobby was 16 years old, while Donald was 18 years old. Let me tell you that Bobby is slated to be in prison until he is 112 years old. Bobby was eventually convicted of 17 different charges. It is worth noting that Bostic is serving the longest sentence in Missouri given to a juvenile for non-homicide offenses. You might also want to note that Judge Baker later regretted that she gave Bobby the sentence. Baker actively supported his appeal to the Supreme Court of the United States. However, the appeal was denied by the Supreme Court in April 2018. He is incarcerated at Jefferson City Correctional Center. And that's all the teenagers who will grow old in jail that we have for you today. Which story did you find to be most interesting? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And before you go, if you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to Weeklypedia and click that notification bell to be alerted whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.